You know how we love visiting the world's most famous landmarks, right? We stand in awe of the Colosseum in Rome. We crane our necks at the Vatican, or we get swept up in the chaos of Grand Central Terminal. But what if I told you that just beneath your feet, hidden from sight, there's another world entirely?
And I'm not just talking about some forgotten basements. No, these are whole networks of tunnels and secret passages, and they're holding centuries of secrets. So, let's peel back the surface and see what's really going on at some of these incredible sites.
All right, our first stop is ancient Rome. Millions of people flock to the Colosseum every year, right? It's this legendary arena where gladiators fought to the death. We stand right where the crowds once roared, but the real drama, the engine that made the whole show run, was happening underground.
They called this place the Hypogeum, and it was this incredibly complex underground system, basically a maze of dark tunnels packed with dozens of lifts and trapdoors. This was the backstage for the deadliest show on Earth. It's a crazy example of Roman engineering being used not for roads, but for creating maximum terror and spectacle.
I mean, just imagine the contrast. Up above, you've got the roar of 50,000 spectators, absolutely hungry for action. But down below, in the dark, gladiators are waiting in this eerie, terrifying silence, a silence that's only broken by the roars of caged lions and bears just a few feet away. Let's just walk through their final journey. First, you're waiting in total darkness. Then you're shoved onto this primitive, creaking elevator and hoisted up. And in a split second, you burst through a trapdoor, right into the blinding sunlight and a deafening wall of noise. You're thrust straight into a fight for your life. These tunnels are just a chilling reminder of how calculated Roman entertainment really was.
Okay, so let's jump from ancient Rome to the world's smallest country, Vatican City, the heart of the Catholic Church. But what happens when the Pope himself is in danger? Well, for that, a top-secret escape route was built centuries ago.
It's called the Passetto di Borgo, and if you were to look at it, you'd think it's just an old stone wall connecting the Vatican to a nearby fortress, the Castel Sant'Angelo. But here's the thing, the wall is hollow. Hidden right at the top is a secret corridor, and it was designed as the ultimate emergency exit. And we're not talking about some tiny crawl space. This thing is a fortified corridor that runs for 800 meters. That's almost half a mile long. This was a serious escape plan, built so the Pope could get from his home to the safety of a military fortress without anyone ever seeing him. And this passage proved its worth in the most dramatic way you can imagine. Back in 1527, enemy armies stormed Rome. Pope Clement VII and his Swiss guards used this very route to flee to safety, saving his life, while the entire city was falling around him. You know, the Passetto is way more than just clever architecture. It's physical proof that even the most powerful people on Earth have always needed a secret plan, right? A hidden path to safety when everything else falls apart. It's really a monument to the idea that power is always vulnerable.
Now, let's leap forward from ancient history into the modern era. We're in New York City at Grand Central Terminal. Over 700,000 people pass through here every single day, and pretty much all of them are completely unaware of the secret hiding right underneath their feet.
Deep below all that hustle and bustle lies Track 61. It's a platform where no public train has ever stopped. No commuter has ever set foot on it. It's a private, ghost platform hidden in plain sight.
So why on earth is it there? Well, this platform was built for one person in particular, President Franklin D. Roosevelt. Back in the 30s and 40s, FDR wanted to conceal the fact that he relied on a wheelchair because he believed it was absolutely essential to project an image of strength. Track 61 was his ingenious solution.
And the whole procedure was planned down to the last detail. The president's private train would pull right onto Track 61. His armored car would be waiting right there on the platform for him. He'd then be driven into this massive private elevator, which would lift the entire car directly into the garage of the Waldorf Astoria Hotel above. All of it happened without a single member of the public ever getting a glimpse.
So, we've looked at tunnels for entertainment, tunnels for escape, and tunnels for preserving an image of power. What do these hidden worlds really tell us about the landmarks we think we know so well? When you think about it, these hidden structures weren't just architectural quirks. They served very real, very human purposes. The Colosseum's Hypogeum, that was built for pure spectacle, and it reveals a society that valued brutal entertainment. The Vatican's Passetto, that was built for survival, a symbol of ever-present danger. And Grand Central's Track 61, that was all about secrecy, showing just how critical public image had become in modern politics. Each tunnel tells a story about the society that built it.
These secret worlds are such a great reminder that the history we see on the surface is often just half the story. The next time you visit a famous place, or even just walk down a street in your own city, it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What incredible stories might be hidden right beneath your feet?